I'd now like to yield to Ranking Member Kritz so that he may introduce the minority's witness.
Rick Ebert is the Pennsylvania Farm Bureau's Vice President, a position he's held since 2004. Mr. Ebert, in partnership with his brother, operate a dairy farm where he milks 80 Holsteins and farms corn, alfalfa hay, barley, soybeans, and wheat on 450 acres. He was the 1983 recipient of the Westmoreland County Conservation Award and won the Charles E. Cohen Memorial Award presented to the dairyman who has demonstrated superior management capabilities and provided outstanding leadership qualities within the industry. Rick, go ahead.
Thank you. Chairman Tipton, Ranking Member Kritz, and members of the committee, I want to thank you for allowing me to speak at this hearing. I appear before you today not only as a farmer, but also as a parent. And I want to recognize my wife, who's here with me today, with the same concerns as parents who have kids on the farm. We've raised 4 wonderful children on the farm that are highly productive, respectable kids out in the community right now. I must admit, yesterday's announcement by DOL regarding parental exemption was good news to the farming community, but the decision does not help American farmers. It only makes their current proposed rule hurt a little bit less. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that farmers are still concerned with what DOL might repropose. DOL must take great care in considering any changes to the parental exemption. My farm is a partnership. DOL should not reserve the right to tell operators of a farm like mine that they cannot hire their children, nieces, nephews, or grandchildren to help during the summer months. My children help bottle feed calves. This involves direct contact with an animal. There is little or any risk at all in helping feed calves. Anybody here that has children, calves to my children are the same as anybody else's children getting a new puppy or a new kitten. It's the same idea for them. They enjoy doing it. It's a pleasure. There's hardly any risk involved. Whether jobs involve animals or not, I am constantly mindful of each of the child's abilities and the task at hand. I match the child's ability to the task that they can complete. DOL's rules seek to limit the ability of kids to milk cows or feed calves. I also fear this rule will restrict the ability of youth to work with any livestock for the purpose of education. My school district is the only district in the county that still funds an ag education program. But in the current budget year for Dairy Area School District, ag ed was cut by 50%. Last year we had 2 ag teachers instructing over 120 students in 14 classes. This year we're left with 1 ag teacher reaching 80 students in 6 classes. DOL's rule would have our remaining ag teacher rebuild his curriculum to achieve safety requirements and then try to squeeze in all the other aspects of farming and ag business. The rule restricts 14 and 15-year-olds from farm activities unless they're enrolled in ag education and complete 90 hours of safety training. If you think about 90 hours of safety training and with a high school class of between 45 and 60 minutes, you're talking over 18 weeks or at least half of the school year that they're devoted to safety training only. And that only leaves that portion of the rest of the year for any type of career development. In my area, there are several students who enjoy working on a neighbor's farm during the summer months for various reasons, but they cannot be enrolled in the ag education program because their school doesn't offer it, and because they're really not planning on a career in agriculture. But the work performed by these students is still valuable and needed, and it allows them to earn a wage that they can put away for college. As my boys were growing up, they would help me put hay away. Working on the hay wagon and in the barn's hayloft occurs at elevations over 6 feet on my farm. DOL's height restrictions may be intended for 30-foot ladders, but unfortunately it would disallow the process of placing hay in storage on many farms. Mindful of safety, I provided opportunities to my children to learn hands-on in the hands-on environment, whether it was an impact wrench, screw gun, power washer, or an electric feed cart. My children were safely operating powered equipment on the farm with appropriate levels of adult supervision and safety precautions. It's taken literally. DOL standards would prohibit most activities around my farm. Without being harshly critical of DOL's position on power equipment, the days of hand and foot powered equipment has passed. Technology has offered much safer and more efficient means to accomplish farm tasks. On my farm, no one operates equipment unless I am comfortable with their ability and the level of risk associated with their job. Thank you for this opportunity, and I entertain any questions at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Ebert.